Double ribbed fingerless gloves pattern reading. For this pattern we are using the 1/2 inch gauge 36 peg glove loom from Cindy Wood Looms. It does come with pegs marked to help with sizing. You can also use the 1/2 inch 66 peg loom from Cindy Wood Looms if you would like to make 2 at a time. Skill level 2 to 3, easy. Yarn, I love this yarn, super soft in peacock. Yards 130, wraps per inch 12. A worsted weight number 4 yarn, that is a 4-ply. For a 2 inch by 2 inch square, that required 13 stitches and 9 rows. Finished size is small and roughly 9 inches long. I would say it fits a teenager. It's a good teenager size if you use the small markings, but you can obviously use larger ones. Stitches used are the E-wrap and the purl stitch. For our cast on, place loom adjusters between peg 9 and 24. Chain cast on 24 pegs starting with peg 02 and moving to peg 22 all the way around to peg 9 ending on peg 01. For your finger opening, round 1 through 5, you will be doing a double rib stitch, which is E-wrap 2 pegs, purl 2 pegs, and you repeat that. For round 6 through 15, you will purl. Cut yarn at least 5 inches long, moving the stitch from peg 01 to peg 9, the stitch from 02 to peg 24. For the thumb, 10 pegs are used to make the thumb. Move the loom adjuster between peg 12 and 21. Take your second loom adjuster in the opposite direction and place between pegs 10 and 23. Chain cast on starting with peg 02 of the outer wedge, moving to peg 21 to peg 12, ending with peg 01 of the outer wedge. I want to show you how we mark the loom for the thumb, since it is 10 pegs and it doesn't divide evenly to do a 2x2 stitching. So what I did, these inside pegs, these 4 inside pegs here that separate the inside part of the thumb from the inside part of the finger opening, those will all be E-wrapped. So starting with our first peg here, round 1 through 5 or 16 through 20, E-wrap 1, purl 2, E-wrap 4, purl 2, E-wrap 1. For round 6 through 7, it's just 2 rows, purl. For the body, remove the loom adjuster between pegs 10 and 23 by placing the stitch on peg 01 to 10 and place the stitch from peg 02 to peg 23. For round 23 through 32, you will be doing your purl stitch. Decrease for the wrist. Remove the stitch from peg 12, place on peg 01. Remove the stitch from peg 21, place on peg 02. Move between pegs 11 and 22. The wedge is moved after each decrease. Round 33 and 34, you will purl. Move stitch from peg 11 to peg 01. Then move stitch from peg 22 to peg 02. Round 35 and 36, you will purl. Then move stitch from peg 10 to peg 01 and move the stitch from peg 22 to peg 02. This should put you back at your starting pegs. For your arm and cuff, round 37 through 52, you will purl stitch. For rounds 53 through 62, you will do your double rib stitch, which is E-wrap 2, purl 2, and repeat. For your bind off, we are using a basic bind off. The pattern is knitted inside out. When you're done, you will have 4 strings, one from the bottom, the top, and the top of the thumb. Those you just weave in. There will be a hole between the thumb opening and the finger opening. So that piece I told you to cut at least 5 inches long, I like to use a tapestry needle and just kind of weave through there until there's no holes, and then I try my best not to make knots in my patterns when I'm weaving in ends. So if you need to, that's fine. If not, you can take on the inside and just take your tapestry needle and weave it through a few stitches going in different directions to lock it in, and you don't have to worry about any knots. I'll show you how the glove fits me. I like a long thumb. You do not have to do a long thumb. The PDF, the video for the PDF actually has a version, it has wrote out if you would like to do a half thumb. I just get really cold. But I have, I would say, a teenager size wrist. I have a small hand. And so this fits me perfect, but it is a number 4 worsted weight yarn. If you would bump that up to a number 5, then you would get more of a normal adult size. If you do want to use your number 4 yarn, bump it up to the purple pegs or the blue pegs, which is your medium or large size instead of the pink. I'm reading the PDFs just in the size they are wrote in, but if you do look, the size adjustion, people, I've been talking too much. The various sizes and pegs are all marked for the 2 other sizes throughout the whole pattern. I am only reading off the size that the pattern and the video go with. I do hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was beneficial and helpful. If you have questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section below. In the video description below, there will be the full video for this, the written pattern, and a link to a playlist that will have more patterns for this loom and other glove patterns as well. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, turn on your notifications, and share with your friends.